Hi, this will be a short presentation on Scoutbook for parents. Now, when your pack or troop sets you up for Scoutbook, you will receive an invitation in the mail. The invitation will look something like this, and there will be a password and your email account that you will use to log into Scoutbook for the first time. So I'll take this password, and I copied it, and now I will put it into Scoutbook. Now to get to Scoutbook, you go to scoutbook.com, and that'll bring you to Scoutbook. Click on Login, and go in there and put in the email address and the password that they gave you. You can have the system remember your email address, and you can also, if you ever lose your password, you can click on Forgot Password, and it'll allow you to get sent another password in the mail. You put in, the first thing it's going to do is it's going to ask you to change your password to something you can remember. So go ahead and put in the same password they gave you, and then put in a new password that you can remember. So after I've done that, I'll just submit it, and that goes in and it changes the password in the system. Again, your login is going to be your email address, and your password is something that they give you initially, and then you need to change it as you log in. So it brings you to your account page, and there's a little navigation bar up here. So this is telling me I'm at my account page, and in your account page you can do things like change your password and edit your profile. Let's click on that. Edit profile will actually allow you to change different fields and put in a nickname and maybe a name that Scouts should address you as. You can put your address and phone number and that sort of information in there, and that's what you would do in this page. Once you have updated the page, you click Update, and it'll save anything that you changed and brings you back to your account page. Now, with something that you might be very interested in is finding your son or daughter in the system. To do that, you click on this box here that says My Dashboard. So this square box here is My Dashboard. If you forget what these icons on, if you just put your cursor over it, it tells you what the icon represents. So if you click on My Dashboard, it's going to show the trooper pack you're associated with and the name of your son. So you click on your son's name, and it brings you to your son's account, and you can see here right away which patrol or den he is in, what rank your son or daughter is at, the pack or troop they're associated with. Your name should show up as a parent. Any advancement ranks that your son or daughter has achieved shows up. And then any merit badges or achievements show up. Underneath that, it would be any awards that they earn will show up. Now, these are things that they've already completed, they've already earned. If you want to look at their advancements, you can click on their advancement here. In this case, the example Scout's name is Colin. So if I click on Colin's advancement, it'll show me where he's at for Scout and for Tenderfoot, any any progress he's made towards a rank will show up as a percentage. Now notice he hasn't done any second class or first class requirements yet. He's done some star requirements to get him to 43% to star, which is probably the merit badges. Star requires a bunch of merit badges. And the same for life, and he's already 36% to Eagle Scout right now. It shows these check marks on the left. If it's a gold check mark, that means that the Scout has already been awarded the rank or the award. If it's blue, that means that he's been tested by his leadership, the troop or pack leadership, and he has passed the tests, so he has earned that rank or award, but he hasn't been presented it yet. That's a blue check mark. If it's a green check mark, that means that somebody, it could be you, it could be the Scout, it could be a leader, somebody thinks the Scout has finished the requirement, but nobody has tested him and approved it yet. It requires a troop leader or den leader to test and approve the advancement for the Scout. So if you can go in here, you can say, well, you know, my son's done some second class work. You can click on that. Any work that he's done should show up as a check mark in here. Now, if he hasn't done anything, and let's say you think he's completed something, if your troop, always check with your troop or pack first before you do this. But very often they'd like you to indicate somehow that he has completed something, or you think he has completed something. You can put a date in of when you think that your son has completed something, and then you can put a note on here saying something like Colin completed this on the camp out, I think. Okay, so some sort of a note. You could post the note on the, it could be on any requirement, it could be on any rank, and then you can give it a guesstimate of a completion date if your unit says that's okay for you to do. So you can go in there and you get that green check mark. There's also a little note here. Anybody who has access to your son's account can see that note. Notice he has a green check mark, and then that means that you think he's completed something, but that you're not positive. Okay, somebody still has to go back, test him out, and then once he is approved for that, he can get the blue check mark. So that's how that works. Let's go back to advancements. Now notice that he has gotten somewhere on star, and that's because he's received certain merit badges. This would also work out for advancements towards rank, for achievements in the Cub Scouts. And you can see what achievements he's earned, and if he's gets a gold check mark, that means he's been approved for those achievements. Okay, same idea on the bottom. You can leave a note and post a note. This tells you who has access to your son. In addition to you, it's usually the troop leadership that has access to your son's account in the Scoutbook, or a pack leadership. In the pack side, it's usually the den leader and the Cub Master and assistants that have access. So that's where you can get that information. If you go back to your son's account here, you can also upload a photograph of your son that would appear here in the icon square for him, and everybody who has access to him will see it. There is a payments log where they can give you a report of anything that your son owes the packer troop, and if you did owe anything, it would list here and you can see it. Also, if you scroll down, there's a report thing here. You can get a a history of your son, which would give you a historical report as a PDF file for him, and it would tell you, what if he's earned anything. In this case, I actually looked for I grabbed Cub Scout history. So in this case, he's a Boy Scout, but he actually was in Cub Scouts, and we did have his information in the system, so it displays the information that we had. We don't have his individual advancements, but we do have dates, so it does of when he earned the rank. So those dates show up for him. There's a Boy Scout history report, same idea. It brings in the history for the Scout. And if it doesn't have the advancements checked, but it does have the ranks, then those things show up. This was the one we just put in. So those things show up. And there's a payment log report for your son and an activity log report, which would be for campouts, what his camping history is, service hours, service projects that he is. So there's certain reports down here in the bottom you can get as summary reports without having to go into each one of these logs separately. But you can also go into these, and they will show you anything that is there for your son. Now, one other thing you might want to do is you might want to go in and approve your son accessing his own data, so he can see it in real time as he gets his achievements. For you to do that, go into your son's profile. I'm still in Colin's account here. Go into your edit profile for your son and go to the bottom, and there's this thing that says invite Colin to connect. Only the parent sees this. Only a parent can invite a youth, boy or girl, to access their Scoutbook account. So again, you go into their account, you go into edit their profile, you scroll to the bottom, and you click on invite Colin to connect. It's going to ask you for the email address that your son or daughter uses. You put that in there. Scoutbook will send them an email similar to the email that you received with a password, and they would log in similar to the way you logged in, and they would be able to access their data and their account in real time, and they have pretty much the same capabilities you have as far as seeing their advancement, putting in they think they completed something, putting in notes for the troop leadership, reading notes from the troop leadership, that kind of thing. So that's all possible using this account once you invite him to the system. So the only other thing that I'd like to show you is if you go back to your pack or troop page, and again you can do that by just clicking on the top here. I'm going to go back to the troop page here. The troop has a forum, and if you click on the forum, you can actually, in this case, this troop has an honor roll. You click on that to see all of the scouts that they had make Eagle. They have a troop Eagle honor roll. And you can put notes in for other people, and they can reply back to you. It's a great place for a troop or a pack to put in announcements and, hey, we're going to go on a camp out, stuff like that. So that's the troop forum or pack forum. So you can get to it by going to the troop or pack page, and again, from the troop or pack page, you can go to their forum and see that. The other thing you can do is you can send messages to other people in the pack or the troop. You normally have access to your son's account if he logged in, which is over here with the scouts. You have, of course, your own account, and then there's the leadership that you can usually send a note to. So you can send a note to the leadership, and you can send it by text or by email. You just put in your click which one you want, put in the subject, the message, and you can attach files and you can send the message to them. The person has to have set up text messaging in their account for text messaging to work. And you can talk to your Scoutbook administrator and let them know that you want to set up text messaging. You do it through your account and your profile, and you just put in a phone number. You'll see it as you scroll down. There's a mobile phone number you put in, and then you can put in the fact that you would like to have texting being done. So I think that's it. What I wanted to show you at this point. You can go in and play with the system. You can't really ruin anything, so go in and work with it. But that's how you would log in. That's how you would see your son's account, and that's how you can get started using Scoutbook.